We'll be closing this meeting tonight in memory of Marion Blaze and Walter Paluzak, two residents of Lancaster, Depew. And is there any things that we're going to discuss before we go to the agenda?
Yes, sir, I have quite a few questions about the LIDA, Lancaster Industrial Development Agency. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to go through the other stuff? Okay. If you remember back in December of 2019, sir, you advised us that you were going to get back to us on the LIDA after I brought to your attention that the mayors from both the village of Lancaster and the village of Depew were interested in getting on the board. And basically you said that some things were going on. I believe you talked about an audit that was happening that was complicated, and then you were going to get back to us. And you gentlemen remember anything separate from that, or can paraphrase it any better, please let me know. I don't recall you ever getting back to us, sir, about the LIDA.
Okay.
Not until I sent a email to you on 1/13/2020. Would that be correct? Am I missing something?
Well, first and foremost, the LIDA has nothing to do with the town board except appointing the people. It's a completely separate government agency. It has nothing to do with it.
Absolutely, except for the fact that the appointment of those people pretty much governs everything that happens on the LIDA board.
So on there,
Answer.
On there are the people that were on there from 2 years ago. It's everybody that was on there last year, with one exception, who we talked about in our meeting in December, that we added because he was on there 2 years ago. That's the only difference.
I don't remember talking about anybody on there. We wanted to talk about putting these people on there.
Yeah.
Mr. Falkowitz, you mentioned Mr.
Yeah, I did mention him, and nobody had a problem with it. And because he was on there, the only reason why I put him back on is because we are going through an audit. He was on there 2 years ago. And you have the exact same 7 members that were on there 2 years ago.
2 years
The
ago.
audit is from 2015 through 2018.
Yeah, I don't remember that part of the conversation, but if that happened, that happened. However, sir, after that, did you keep in touch with us or give us any additional information about the LIDA board? Because up until I reminded you about what was happening on January 13th, 2020, about the LIDA board, and I sent you an email. Bear with me for a second. I know it's here somewhere. Oops.
Again, this has nothing to do with town board.
Well, that's not true. Because
it is true.
we put the people
We do, and that's
onto the
it.
board.
That's our only
That's
goal.
not where it ends.
So what it becomes...
Then what happens is, we also get $30,000 from the LIDA board.
Mhm.
That comes in for administrative support.
It comes in for
From
the use of
LIDA.
this building and for basically the supplies and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with the support. It's separate.
Okay. On January 13th, yeah, oh, here it is, right here, I'm sorry. I sent you an email that said the LIDA board meets tomorrow morning, and I have some questions. Are we changing the LIDA board of directors according to the bylaws? The 7-member LIDA board of directors work at our pleasure and therefore can be replaced at any time. Once selected, they apparently have the ability to pick their own CEO, counsel, consultant, CFO, and admin secretary and records management officer, who all apparently serve
You're
one-year
going to see that all
terms.
in the minutes, because right now we're trying to get access for the right person to put the minutes out there. The
There-
minutes that were taken, that meeting was canceled
Right.
because this was kind of just put on me.
Okay,
I'm learning still.
okay. And
You've been here less than a month.
And your response to me was, as the chairman of the LIDA, were you the chairman on January 13th?
I was
sir?
appointed the chairman on the 27th, I believe.
Okay, so you weren't the chairman on the 13th
So
of
I
January?
apologize for marking myself. I was going to be appointed chairman.
Okay,
That's normal process. As you can see, if we go back numerous supervisors, they've always been appointed chairman. And the reason for that is that we're supposed to be the face of the community. Okay, I went out to a business with the consultant, and he was very impressed to have the supervisor show up. Okay, I'm trying to draw business here. I'm trying to attract
were you
businesses.
the
to
chairman
our
of the
town.
LIDA on the 13th of January?
Apparently I was not the official
Okay,
chairman.
thank you. Did you have the authority to cancel the meeting at that point, since you were
I
not
don't
the
have the
chairman?
authority to hold it.
Okay, so you didn't have the authority to cancel that meeting that was held?
Wasn't ready
It was
for it.
supposed to be held on the 14th. but-
Wasn't ready for it.
In the bylaws, sir, it says they have their meeting the second Tuesday, I believe it is. You remember that?
I believe so.
Yeah,
You
on the
know,
second
let
Tuesday
me-
of
I'm gonna
January.
stop you here with the idea. If you want to have issues, go with the attorney or hire an attorney yourself, but we have nothing to do
No,
with the
my
idea.
point is basically, sir, you didn't advise us that, as to what was going on. This meeting got canceled. Then I heard you met with people from the LIDA board to
I
discuss what was
talked to
gonna
people.
happen.
No, I
Okay.
talked to people getting
And then
advice.
another meeting was held on January the 23rd. Did you tell this board that you were gonna have a meeting on January
It
23rd?
was posted. It was
It was
posted.
posted
It
where?
was posted on the website, it was posted outside the door, it was posted with the beat.
Was it posted outside the door? Was the town clerk notified?
I didn't know anything about the meeting. It's not on the website.
Cindy posted it outside the door.
Outside the
Cindy
door.
did whatever she had to do as far as putting it on at the beat, it was posted properly.
So something was mailed out to the Buffalo News and the Lancaster. News.
All the members, the
Before the
existing
meeting was
members,
held?
were given the week's notice of the meeting. Yes, they were.
Okay, but this board was not notified.
Again, our board has nothing to do with this.
Our
It's a
board
separate
appoints the
governing,
members
it's
of
a
the
separate
LIDA board, sir,
governing
which
agency.
leads to everything else that happens within the
Separate,
LIDA.
separate governing
Can
agency.
you tell me what happened at the LIDA meeting, sir?
You get the minutes. I'll
Well,
give you I'll get a copy of the minutes and email them to you.
were people appointed to different positions in the LIDA?
Yes, they
People
were.
who worked for the town of Lancaster, who were appointed to as different positions where they're getting money from the LIDA. Did that occur?
Yes, it did.
Okay, who was appointed?
Again, we're gonna talk about this later, Bob. I'm not gonna waste time with that, okay? I'll send you the
Well, I think
email.
it's very
all-
important, sir.
It's all
because
in
you
the
didn't
meeting.
keep us
It's all in
advised
the
what was
minutes.
going on.
Everybody was
We would have
appointed
liked to
at
have
the
changed
fees.
some of the people on that board because they serve at the pleasure
That was done
of
the
the
first
town
meeting.
board.
That was done the very first meeting. The
You
reorganization
told
meeting.
us you were gonna give us an opportunity to sit down and discuss the people who were on the board. You didn't wanna change them right then because there was some type of
A state
financial
audit
audit
was
going
Yes,
on.
yeah.
But
And-
when we were gonna
and
sit down and
it's-
discuss
and
the
it's
people on the
common-
board, you went ahead with board meetings and people were selected for different positions. This town of Lancaster gets $30,000 from the LIDA for administrative costs,
They're gonna get that no matter what.
okay?
Not administrative costs. You're missing the point. It's for the rental of this building and for supplies.
Okay, so the additional people are not
The
included.
the town of Lancaster, us, what we govern, does not pay the IDA people.
Right, it comes from
It
fees.
comes from IDA, and they're keeping track, they're doing off hours and everything like that. So again, you wanna come to the next meeting? Come to the next meeting.
I'm gonna be at the next meeting, if
Very
I'm
good.
told of the next meeting, it doesn't get canceled.
Very
But
good.
again, sir, you acted improperly.
I
You
didn't act
had no
improperly.
authority
Didn't act
to
improperly.
cancel that
Did
meeting.
not act improperly
You
at all.
did not keep us advised as to
Don't
what was going
paraphrase,
on.
don't paraphrase myself acting properly. I acted properly, I'm new at that, I'm learning the system, I'll get it right. That's it.
It
No
doesn't-
more out of this IDA stuff, I'm done with it with you.
Well, sir, I'm not quite done with it, but I'll go
We
to
can
the
bring it
next
up a
meeting.
different time. Anything else?
One last point, sir, if you don't mind. So the people who were appointed, the Lancaster Finance Director, gets $7,500 from LIDA. The Lancaster Supervisor Secretary gets $5,000 from LIDA. The $30,000 comes into the town of Lancaster.
No, you're wrong. It's not paid, it's not from there. It's not from, that 30,000 is a separate entity.
Where does that come from?
The IDA, they're
That's what I
paying
said.
for the.
It's coming from
But
the
it's not
IDA.
paying out those folks through that money.
Where does it go? There's a line item that comes into this budget.
For $30,000.
For $30,000.
Right.
There's no line items that tell me where that's spent.
It's
So we're
that-
getting $30,000 for
It's-
administrative support, and at the same time, they appointed a secretary for $5,000, $7,500 for a finance director, additional monies coming into
It's
the
in every
town,
budget.
okay, to pay for different
Every
administrative
budget.
needs. I'm
That's
not
all-
quite sure what's
it's
going
always
on
been-
here.
It's always been separate.
Okay, and one last question for you. Did you order the person who was in charge of the records to turn over the records to you before you were the chairman?
No, the person came up to me and asked if she was gonna still be it, and I didn't make a decision. She said, if you make a decision, come down and see me. I
Okay,
went
so
down
you
to see
didn't
her.
order her to do that?
No, I went down and then she gave me everything. So I didn't order her at all. She came and asked me if she was gonna do it. If not, she wanted to turn everything over to me. That's what was said.
Okay.
Now, we move on with our business. Bob, honestly, I gotta say something here. You know, you've been nothing but controversial from day one. We met, and I put the olive tree out there for us, all of us. I met with the four of us. The very first word out of your mouth was, let's throw politics out the window, let's govern.
That's
I said thank
exactly
you.
what I said.
And I said thank you, okay? We got 2 points here already. You started with the thing with the stipend, which I said, I don't want it in there, it's gonna be controversial. I brought up, you're the person that said, Ron, I'm willing to cross party lines to do the right thing. Putting that back in there is the right thing to do. Did you not say that?
Ron, I didn't say that. We said we'd look into it.
No, you
And
didn't.
when it
No,
came to, I
you-
found out,
you-
Ron,
no.
you're a very good salesman.
No, I'm not a salesman.
Okay?
No.
You had a
Did
story
he not say
talking
that?
about
I mean,
people.
did he not say that?
When I found out
That
that it wasn't listed in the public notice.
Did you not
that
say,
the
you
people did
stopped
not
me,
have an
you said,
opportunity
Ron, I'm willing to,
comment on
I'm
that.
willing to cross party lines, do the right thing, putting that back in is the right thing to do. That's exactly what you said.
No, sir, I don't remember saying that.
I do.
But at that
I do.
time,
And- because
did you
I also-
tell me that it
and I also
wasn't listed?
said- and
Do
I
you
also
understand what a
said-
budget officer is for? It's
and
for
I also
small
said-
towns that don't have a budget finance person.
And I also said, I
And
don't
when
want to
I
get into
told you
cause
before,
controversy. You knew it would cause controversy. You played me, you won. Very good political move.
and
Thank you.
you played us on, you played
I
us
don't-
on
I don't
Lida,
play
and you
nothing.
won on there.
I don't play
Because now
nothing.
those people
And-
are in
and I-
place
And
for
I
a
also
year.
mentioned that person's
you
name,
vote on this?
and that was in the resolution too. But I
The
also mentioned that
understanding
name.
that
That's
he was
two
going to
items.
allow us to sit down and talk about Lida.
That's two
You
items.
voted for it. You voted for all those people that were right in front of you, all those names.
Absolutely, as
Okay,
part of,
So it's done.
that there was supposed to be a meeting and there was supposed to be a follow-up. He wasn't the chairman, he had no right to cancel the meeting.
But you still voted.
And he
on it.
misled us, and he didn't tell us about the meeting that was
Don't
coming
use the
up.
word misled, because
You voted
I'm
on
wrapping my
people
head
who
around this
voted, that's all
stuff still too.
I mean, I don't
I want to get things right. I don't want to just throw a meeting and just blast things out there.
I guess you.
But
I've
you
been
have
real
no authority
busy.
to do
I'm-
that.
I'm
Say,
doing 60 plus
stop,
hours.
all right? This is a board meeting. We're here for the work session to talk about the agenda. Put the politics aside and get the bullshit over with, okay? All right, let's get this done the way we're supposed to here. Cut the bullshit politics, all right?
And then,
No, it's bullshit.
That goes both ways.
It's bullshit,
That goes
okay?
both ways.
Let's get the agenda going. That's what the work session's for. Let's go.
I ain't taxing anybody.
Ronnie, get the agenda
you
going.
made a comment about revisiting it and another time the stipend. We can revisit the idea and another time the board that you voted on.
Okay. Let's
That's
go
what
to
they
the
have, that's what
resolution.
they have phones for during the week, guys, okay? Let's go with the resolutions.
First resolution is approve the minutes. From me, the second is all the claims, the third would be the building permit date.
Building permits, there were 14 in the town, 8 in the village. And we'll go through them specifically in the town board meeting.
Okay, thank you. Number 4 is gonna be the, us to execute an agreement with the elevator, release agreement. We had some issues with that. We're finally closing that out. Mr. Leary, number 5.
It's a, for an easement, as it says on here, authorized easement at 5995 Genesee Street, 652 Pavement Road, and 4206 Walden Avenue regarding water lines.
Mr. Major, number 6.
It is a waiving of conflict of interest, Hodgkin Russ, representing somebody, a landfill located east of the Speedway, and the town's agreeing to waive any conflict of interest with them.
It's a project that's gonna be before the planning board, and sometimes they advise us on the planning board.
Prior to it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
just a, okay, sounds good.
make it clear.
Okay, number 7 is to, by Como Park School, we're looking to put 25-mile-an-hour signs up.
Q High School.
Yeah, King of Heights, Como Park Boulevard, sorry. Number 8 is the agreement with the village for dog control services. Mr. Dicker, number 9, please.
Number 9 is a dumping permit for 110 Pavement Road.
Number 10 is mine, it's for various officials to attend the New York City training seminar. Mr. Dicker, number 11.
Number 11 is to hold a public hearing on vehicle and traffic ordinance.
Mr. Major, number 12 and 13, please.
Negative declaration on 4 minor lots, or 4 lots, minor subdivision on Westwood Road.
Can I add something to that approval? There was a letter that was submitted requesting a waiver for the sidewalk requirement for that development. Is that something that could be addressed at a later date, or is that gonna hold up our approval tonight?
Is that for number 13, you think?
Number 13, yes.
Well, it's 12 and 13, okay.
12 is the negative declaration, number 13 is the approval of the split, and the applicant had requested the waiver for the sidewalk requirement. As it stands right now, there is no waiver. Perhaps if we can address that at the next meeting prior to a building permit application, it would be a requirement.
It's within the town board's discretion.
That's fine.
Yes.
We need to put that in, Kevin?
We could have a separate resolution.
Plan on it at the next
February
meeting I just don't want to miss that point.
But these are good then, as they are?
Yeah,
And we just add
I needed to
another,
bring up the sidewalk
Okay.
requirement.
fine, thank you. Number 14 is also engage services of capital markets advisor LC for financial advisory services. Mr. Leary, number 15, please.
That is a award the contract for the restroom rehabilitation at Lancaster Public Library. We got a partial grant on that, and we got a big part of it.
16 and 17 both have to do with a couple of properties that have been problems. Zombies, right, Matt, in a sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in a roundabout
In a
way,
sense,
yes,
yeah.
it's not exactly zombie properties, but they're unsafe structures that need to be addressed. And again, if I can interject,
Sure.
we may need to add another property to that. This was a true zombie property that the maintenance company brought the past payments up to date.
So you're going to put another resolution
We'll
in?
put another resolution in at a future date.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Hickman, number 18,
Number
please.
18 is to hold a public hearing for a special use permit on Nottingham Lane for somebody that have a bookkeeping business.
Okay, 19, we actually created the positions last meeting for the 2 highway auto mechanics. This is actually putting them in there. And number 20 is to appoint a youth fuel super part-time. We will have one executive session tonight, and it will fall under number 2 and the rules to discuss personnel or personnel matters. Good, Diane?
That time we're entering executive session to deliberate and on purpose of discussing the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
Thank you. Add it in?
No.
Danny?
We did that, we were out at the country place in Petersville Circle. We've been working out there trying to get that drainage done. Ed was out there today, we're making headway on that. We're gonna clear out a lot of trees. Like to get that done before spring. That's something that's been lingering since last fall. And we want to get that done as soon as we can. We had a little meeting on that before, and with the weather, the way it's been, it's cooperating with us to get a lot of this work done. So hopefully we can get that done before spring, and then we can move on to other drainage problems we have. Other than that, we're saving some money on overtime, saving some money on salt. We're busy doing drainage work. We're busy cleaning up ditches and stuff like that. So everybody's busy.
Thank you. Michelle, anything from your end?
I'd just like to thank everybody who took the time out to come out to Rose Lady's retirement with all the coffee and desserts that we had. And she was very appreciative and really appreciated work for the town of Lancaster over the years.
Matt?
Just submitting my MS4 report for January 2020, and I've got some other statistics that I can throw out during the meeting, or if you prefer the work session.
We have time.
Okay, so the total complaints are a whopping 2 for drainage complaints. None of them were MS4 related. And for the month of January, we took an overall 51 complaints in 31 days for the year 2020. So it's not looking very promising for compliance to some of the zoning requirements. And we also completed 7 fire safety and property maintenance.
Thank you. Chief?
Right now with the repercussions from the new bail and discovery reform act, so it's kind of taxing at this point. I know the town passed a resolution last year against it, but we're suffering the consequences now. Hopefully, I don't have any major incidents. Also, Lieutenant Tony Moreno is retiring on Friday. 32 years of service to the town and the village of Depew and New York State Corrections.
Chief, besides the obvious risk, is it costing us any money as well to deal with this bail reform?
Yes, it is. We're keeping track of that. We have people, including 2 captains every day. We have to record every single minute of every arrest. When a person comes into the station, the 911 calls, we have to record all that. We have to provide that. For the simplest arrest, we have a larceny, a shoplifting at Walmart. We have to provide all that information within 7 days. The district attorney's office, probably 99% of that's never going to be listened to, looked at, anything that we have to do it regardless. All the video of the person in the cell block, everything. So it's very taxing on us.
Is there any way to get an estimate on that through the
We are,
first
we
quarter?
are,
So you,
we are, yeah, we are keeping track of it. I'll do that.
Is there any way to recover some of those funds, Chief?
If the state provided no funding, when they passed that, they provided funding for public defenders' offices, they provided no funding for district attorneys or police departments. The Erie County District Attorney's Office hired 19 new employees just to deal with the discovery aspect of this. So you can imagine the cost of that, it's probably well over $1 million.
Anything else from anybody?
I just also wanted to say today was the first day of the pavilion rental for the 2020 first season, and it was very successful. It pretty much went without a hitch after training the girls with Rose before she left, and we did really well today in the rentals.
Do you know how many more there were already?
We doubled it from last year on the first day. So there was, almost every weekend is full through basically May, June, July, August. And they're still coming in, so we did pretty well today with that.
Brian, what did you need that money for, the dollar amount for Monica Wallace?
Yeah, Wild Wednesday. So I met with Monica Wallace the other day, and we're putting together a list. I actually talked to a lot of department heads and direct reports that would fit the categories of what she's looking for. She has to submit her list by Friday, so I'd like to get our stuff on that list. Of course, we're not, and again, if there was no grant monies available, I'm fine with that, but there are. And if we're not putting our name on the wall for it, we're not doing our job. So, the money's gonna go somewhere. I'd rather come back to Lancaster, New York, so we're gonna submit some projects. So hopefully, everybody gets their stuff to me by Wednesday. I'll compile a list. I'll get it over to Monica and her staff, and hopefully we get something out of that. That's why I was asking you about if you knew anything about that at all. So. Yes?
You probably all heard that there was a mistake that the county made on our tax bills. It affects about 98% of the taxpayers in the county. I know at first they were telling people don't pay your taxes. That was, it's absolutely wrong. You must pay your taxes by the 18th or you will get the penalty. And what the county is doing, they're taking our files as of the beginning of March, and they will give everyone who has paid on time a check in the mail with a statement. And then in July, when we finish collecting, they will do the same thing again. So you all have to be patient to get your $6 or $8 or $10.
I attended the Erie County Legislature meeting. They said it, apparently Bob, the budget guy, fell on the sword for that one. He didn't send over the right numbers. The county estimated it was going to cost $83,000 initially, just to get the checks out. What they didn't take into account was that they're going to be paying interest on the overage, the amount of money that's in there. And the people who don't cash those $4, $5, $10, whatever the checks are, they'll have to keep something going, an account going for those for years to come. So people can go in there and their relatives can go in there and argue to get that money out of there. So the long run cost of this is going to be a lot more than just $83,000.
You and I were on a conference call the other day with it.
Right. 11 years ago, the same thing happened. Not exactly the same, but very similar. And what they did at that time is they credited, they fixed it on the next year's town and county tax bill. So they were sending refund, everything was taken care of then. We didn't have to worry about envelopes or postage or printing checks. But now they feel, and they kept mentioning this, the tax cap, that that has something to do with it, that they the county law, county attorney feels that they must send these checks out. So it's going to cost a lot for this mistake.
Is it costing us any more?
Not the town, though.
I think at one point they wanted to push some of that.
Yes, they certainly did. They wanted
We pushed back.
the town clerks to send the refund checks out. So I'd be writing all refund check for everyone in the town and the villages. So we would be paying for extra checks. I'd have to order envelopes and then all the postage. And then we have to have a lot of overtime in order to do this, because it has to be done by a certain date. So we rallied the troops, all the town clerks together, and told them in no uncertain terms we are not doing it.
Next week, I think we're gonna have Joe Ligonari come in with the Chromebooks and kind of, it'll be all set up already. And we'll kind of run parallel for a bit until everybody's comfortable to let the paper go.
Within the GIS and that stuff.
So it'll have, well, it's connectivity, I don't know about the GIS yet. Okay, but the ultimate goal is to have the ability to, and we're waiting for a license for Word and stuff like that. Once we have that, we'll have the capabilities of editing and stuff like that. So I don't want to let paper go until we have full rights. But I want people to get used to them, in a sense. All right, I think we're all set. 2 grade 7.